Hey everyone, just giving an update on where Lucas and I are in terms of our project on vape dependence. So here, this is something that I showed. Actually, I'm going to go right here. This is sort of the condensed, finalized data points along with some of our insights. And I'm going to zoom in a little bit. So you can see we've already talked in video previously about both of these, but we've tightened that up a little bit in terms of our blue post-its and insights. So social bonds influence habits. Disposables are engineering stronger dependence. Pouches are the fast rising nicotine product. Dependence acknowledgement is low. Vapes are also a fire hazard. We found a lot of studies where this has actually been a secondary problem. Flavor drives youth initiation and persistence. Quitting without support success is very low. Adult vape use has increased. Stress is the main factor for habit and relapse, and quitting for health reasons is common. So, based on that, we sort of distilled that into some of these four big principles. We will, through our magazine, encourage a design for emotional substitution, not suppressing the need. So we really found that the emotional need caused by anxiety, stress, things going on, trauma, that those are the reasons why folks are having a hard time quitting. So designing some sort of tactic, an app, whatever that is, based on emotional substitution, very similar to something like Noom, which really gets at that weight loss is not just about, making, buying low-fat food, but it's really about getting kind of tapping into the psychology and the emotional aspect of addiction to food per se. Reframe identity through belonging and empowerment. So this focus on that identity, the people vape maybe to be in community with one another. So how can we sort of substitute for that? So some sort of guidance in that, right? Target sensory and environmental cues. And this one is really interesting. This kind of comes out of a lot of the data points. So bridging perception and the reality of control. So what we find out is that although perception is reality for a lot of people, that there is definitely sort of a gap in people perceiving that, oh, I can quit anytime, and this, or perceiving that there's really no health risk. So really sort of bringing the reality to light. And how do you do that without just being, barraging people with a list of facts and data points? So we really sort of want to encourage a fine line between just putting out statistics and really sort of bringing people to some sort of idea of the way I perceive my problem, or I can quit anytime, that doesn't match up with reality. So again, these are sort of the four main principles. This aligns to a lot of the yellow data points and the blue principles that we came up with. Also, just going to quickly show Lucas and I are both working on revising our maps, so our empathy map, journey map, and we've also looked at the some of the other kind of mappings that we did that were very linear. Although this looks a little bit linear in a way, it is a little bit more kind of gets at a sort of cyclical nature, and really kind of thinking about the journey map along with the stakeholder map, that this is sort of the journey that folks go on in terms of the stakeholders that they meet. So friends and the TikTok community, so social media, sort of like a stakeholder, the coming in contact with the emotions that we were talking about, so stress, daily use, and anxiety, guilt, secrecy, and health issues. So you might align that in terms of like a stakeholder map with society, the medical field, um, this idea of secrecy and guilt, sort of like the psychological community, and therapy, and then counseling, family support. What does that actually look like? Um, so just kind of trying to envision this. We sort of have a flight path version and also a wellness map version. So still making some decisions on how we want to add a little bit more imagery into that and make it just a little bit more clear of how this can be sort of a revolving circle and how do you sort of break that circle. Thank you all so much. Looking forward to hearing everyone's thoughts and looking at your progress. Have a good one.